The matrix G bar is 1 0 0 0 r square 0 0 0 r square sin square theta.
R square sin square theta. And metric क्या है metric? D square equal to?
Hello.
Yeah, D square equal to?
So D square equals to del x bar curly x bar 1 square plus r square curly x bar 2 square.
But finally, what do you get? Finally, D r square plus r square d theta square plus r square sin square theta d phi square. मिला? How many of you want me to do this? How many of you want me to do this? You can complete it, or should I do it? Please tell. What about others? So nobody is speaking.
Yes, sir, we can do it.
So here, what I suggest is I give you those who want to do some hint. So you take x1, x2, x3. x1, x2, x3. This as the rectangular coordinates. Okay. Rectangular coordinates. And x bar 1, x bar 2, x bar 3. Spherical polar coordinates. Spherical polar coordinates. Okay, and in that situation, your x1 is x, your x2 is y, and x3 equal to z. And x bar 1 is equal to r, x bar 2 is equal to theta, x bar 3 is equal to phi. So this way you have to take. Okay, and the transformation equation. The transformation equations are x equal to r sin theta sin phi, y is equal to r sin theta cos phi, and z is equal to r cos theta. So these are the transformation equations. Okay, then you look to the first example. Here I just give some hint and then I will leave for you. ds square is equal to gij dxi dxj. So this is nothing but dx1 square plus dx2 square plus dx3 square. So this is in metric in Cartesian coordinate. Metric in Cartesian coordinates. Okay, and what will be the other metric? So here you can see that बोलिए
सर कुछ लोग लॉबी में वेट कर रहे हैं.
I will admit.
Yes.
Okay. Here what is G11 etc. G11 is equal to G22 equal to G33 is equal to 1 and Gij equal to 0 for I not equal to J. All these things you know. And now go. Okay. Now you take the metric of metric in spherical polar coordinates. Okay, metric in spherical polar coordinates. So that I write ds square, distance should be same. ds square is equal to g bar ij dx bar I dx bar j. Okay. So or you can write this is g bar pq dx bar p dx bar q. If you don't want to use ij, here you change a pq. If you write ij, then also it is right. So what is the transformation equation where g bar pq equal to del xi by del x bar p del xj by del x bar q gij. This is a transformation. So you want to make your transformation by using this. Okay. So if I want to change from Cartesian coordinates to polar coordinates, spherical polar coordinates, this g bar ij's or g bar pq's are obtained from this one. Okay. So this is something which you should remember. Okay. And I want what are the things I want to find out? I want to find out g bar pq and g bar pq. This is what is asked. Okay, the metric tensor in spherical polar coordinates and its conjugate tensor. These are the things you want to find out. Okay, I will just show you one, which is what is g bar 11. Now, g bar 11. What is g bar 11? G bar 11 is equal to P and Q1. So it will be del xi by del x1 del x bar 1 del xj by del x bar 1 gij. Okay, so how many? There are summation I, there will be 3 terms. Okay, because g ij for I different from j are 0. I have only G11, G22, G33 survive. Other things will become 0. So it is del x1 by del x bar 1, del x1 by del x bar 1, G11 plus del x2 by del x bar 1, del x2 by del x bar 1 into G22 plus del x3 by del x bar 1, del x3 by del x bar 1 G33. Okay, and what do you mean by this? This means del x1 means del x by del r, this whole square into G11 plus del x2 matlab y by del x del r whole square into G22 plus del z by del phi AB RE del r whole square into G33. Okay, now substitute the value of that. This is not a difficult thing. So this is equal to x is r sin theta sin phi. Okay, so you know that del x by del r will be sin theta sin phi. Sin theta sin phi. So this will be sin square theta into sin square phi. G11 is 1. Similarly, y is equal to r sine theta cos phi. So this will be del y by del r will be sine theta cos phi. So this will be sine square theta into cos square phi into 1 plus. What is z? Z is equal to r cos theta. So del z by del r will be cos theta. So this will be cos square theta into 1. So this will be, what is common? Sine square theta is common. Sine square theta into sine square phi plus cos square phi plus cos square theta. So this is sine square theta plus cos square theta 1. Okay, so you got that your G bar 1 1 is 1. Okay, similarly J bar 2 2 you can find out in this way. Okay, so that is nothing but del x I by del x bar 2 del x j del x bar 2 g I j. So this also you can sum it up. When you sum it up, del x1 by del x bar 2 del x1 by del x bar 2 g11 plus del x2 by del x bar 2 del x2 by del x bar 2 g22. Let me write it here only. Del x3 by del x bar 2 del x3 by del x bar 2 g33. Okay, so there you have to write this as so here what is this? This is nothing but del x by del theta whole square into 1 plus del y by del theta whole square into 1 and del z by del theta whole square into 1. Okay, so this is equal to what is del x by del theta? So x का आपके पास है, so r into cos theta sin phi, r cos theta sin phi whole square. Del y by del theta, r cos theta cos phi, r cos theta cos phi whole square. Del z by del theta, so it is minus r sin theta whole square. So this is r square, everywhere r square is common. Is there, so this will be cos square theta into sin square phi plus cos square phi plus sin square theta. So it is cos square theta plus sin square theta it is. So this is merely r square. Okay, and similarly rest I will give you G bar 33. I give you, so this you compute it, this you compute it, and you will get r square sin square theta. Okay, so this part is.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry for the interruption.
Did you say anything? Okay, so G33 bar is r square sin square theta. Okay, so we got like this.
Sir, is G bar 120?
G bar? Oh yes, because then a cross terms will not exist, and you can say that. Yes, that is right. I will just write down that also. G bar ij will be equal to 0 for all I and j with I not equal to j. I not equal to j. Good. Okay, so this I give you. So what is your the fundamental method? Okay, therefore the fundamental tensor fundamental tensor. Gij's are given by G bar ij's are given by G bar ij is equal to this matrix which you have told 1 0 0 0 r square 0 0 0 r square sin square theta. Okay, r square sin square theta. And what is the determinant? G bar. So this is determinant of you want to make it longer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You already did it, eh? No. So this is equal to iska determinant 1 0 0 0 r square 0 0 0 r square sin square theta. So what is this? R raised to 4 sin square theta. Okay. Now you want to find out the conjugate tenses. Conjugate tenses means upper indices. Okay. So for that, what you need? You need the cofactors. G bar 1 1 is equal to cofactor of G 1 1 bar. Iska cofactor. Okay. So that is equal to, how will you find out that? What's the technique I told you? Minus 1 raised to 1 plus 1. ये suffix इधर ऐड करने. फिर वो first row first column निकाल के बाकी determinant. R square 0 0 R square sin square theta. Okay. So this is nothing but R raised to 4 sin square theta. Minus 1 raised to 1 plus 1 is this one. Okay. Similarly, you can have G22 bar, that means cofactor of G22 bar. So this is minus 1 raised to 2 plus 2 determinant 2 कौन सा है? ये वाला. वो row and column निकालो. So you'll get 1 0 0 r square sin square theta. So this is merely r square sin square theta. And G33 bar, that is cofactor of G33 bar, small. So this is minus 1 raised to 3 plus 3 determinant last two वाला निकालने. So 1 0 0 r square आएगा. So which is r square. And G bar 1 2 equal to G bar 1 3 equal to G bar 2 3 equal to G bar 2 1 G bar 3 1 G bar 3 2. All these will become 0. Okay, so use the same definition, you'll find that they will become 0. So what are the conjugate tenses? Therefore, the conjugate tenses are G bar ij equal to cofactor of Gij divided by G bar. Okay, so that means G bar ij by G bar. That's the formula. So you can see now G bar 1 1 is equal to G bar 1 1 by G. What is this? G bar 1 1, you know, you have calculated r raised to 4 sin square theta. And G is also R raised to 4 sine square theta, which is 1. G bar 22 is G bar 22 upon G bar. So this is R square sine square theta upon R raised to 4 sine square theta. So it is 1 by R square. G bar 33 is equal to G bar 33 upon G bar. So this is R square upon R raised to 4 sine square theta. So it is 1 by R square sine square. Okay, and you can see that G bar ij equal to 0 for I not equal to J. All of them will become 0. So now if you write the conjugate metric in the matrix form, writing conjugate metrics, conjugate tensor in the matrix form. We get G bar ij is equal to 0, 1, 0, 0, 1 by R square, 0, and 0, 0, 1 by R square sine square. So it is merely the inverse of that. If you multiply both these matrices, you will get identity matrix. So therefore, the metric ds square in spherical polar coordinates can be written as metric पूछा नहीं है, फिर भी मैं आपको ds square, what is the formula? G bar pq dxp dxq. So that's equal to d r square plus r square d theta square plus r square sine square theta d phi square. So this is your metric in. Okay, so you should distinguish in Cartesian coordinates. ds square is equal to dx square plus dy square plus dz square. So when you change to polar coordinates, I'll get this metric. So that's the difference between. Okay, next I give you an exercise. Find the components of the metric tensor and the corresponding conjugate tensor in cylindrical coordinates. Okay, so you know what is cylindrical coordinates. So there, what one has to take, I just give a hint. x1, x2, x3 आप Cartesian coordinates ले लो. Cartesian coordinates. X bar 1, x bar 2, x bar 3, you take cylindrical coordinates. Okay. Then what is this? This will be merely XYZ. This is merely R theta Z. What's the relation? X is equal to R cos theta or R sin theta or cos whatever it may be. R cos theta, Y is equal to R sin theta, and Z is equal to Z. So you know the transformation equation and you know the coordinates. So you can find out G bar Ij is first, then G bar Ij is next. And then you write ds square. The metric also you write down. Okay. So I tell you that you will get the metric as ds square is equal to dr square plus r square d theta square plus dz square. Show that you are getting this answer. Metric. Okay. And G bar ij's you may get what is that 1 0 0 0 r square 0 0 0 1 something like that. Okay, and the upper ij's are its reciprocals. Diagonal entry reciprocal. Okay. So I think I leave that portion with this. Now let me come to, suppose you take tensors, then how will you extend the idea of the dot product, inner product, etc. to these kind of things, so that you can find out the length of a tensor, etc. I mean, here it is vector. How will you find out the length of a vector in a generalized space? So this is what we are now interested. Okay. So I just recollect. Inner product, you know what is inner product? Have you studied that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Inner product, etc. You have studied in the vector theory, vector space. Okay, so suppose you have a vector. Suppose V bar is a vector in our Euclidean space. Suppose I have a vector V bar, then you will have the components X, Y, Z. Okay, and W bar is another kind of this one. Some maybe ABC. Okay, then you talk about V bar dot W bar. You define it as the X into A plus Y into B plus Z into C. Okay, so this you know. So it is related with the dot product. And how dot product is defined? Dot product is defined, you take the modulus of this and you take the modulus of this and then cos of the angle between them. So this way you know. And once you know, so this formula V dot W is equal to this, then you can find out the angle theta between them. So cos theta you can find out, you merely divide it with the U and V and you find out the angle between the vectors. But the thing is that when the space is a curved space, this is something you cannot directly apply this. Okay, so another problem is, suppose you have a vector V and you have another vector W. Dot product you define in this space, that is okay, but suppose the components are not scalars, rather the component itself is some quantity. For example, it may be possible that the components are polynomials, the components are the matrices. Okay, so then what happens is that the space is a more general kind of space. So there you talk about the inner product. Okay, so there you cannot define it there like this. Okay, so you already know that that's the reason for defining such a inner products. Okay, so just I recollect that definition only. I will not tell in detail. But now from that definition, I will go to the tensors, the vectors in a general space. How do you define it? Okay, so next is inner product. An inner product is a generalization of dot product. In a vector space, it is a way, it's a way to multiply vectors. Together. Giving a scalar. Okay, so the dot product will give you a scalar. For a real vector space, an inner product So the notation for inner product is I write like this with a comma. Dot product ka dot merely. So inner product I write like this. Satisfies the following properties. Okay, so you take any three vectors, let u, v, and w be vectors, and alpha is a scalar, and alpha be a scalar. Then first property should satisfy this inner product u plus v w is equal to uw plus vw, a kind of distribution. Second is, suppose you take first vector you multiply with alpha, then you take inner product with the v, then this is as good as writing alpha you take outside, then uv. For all vectors it will be satisfied. Third one, uv, it is commutative, inner product vu. Okay, and the fourth property, inner product uu is greater or equal to 0 always. Okay, equality holds when u equal to 0. Okay, when u equal to 0, this will become 0. Otherwise, it will be always positive. Okay, so that is why you are giving a meaning to the length of this. So this was the definition which you have studied for an inner product. Okay, so now what I am doing here is, what is a generalized inner product? So generalized inner product. So your space is not a Euclidean kind of thing. The space is a curved space, a Riemannian kind of space. Then how will you define the inner product here? And that inner product you usually call the generalized inner product. So to each pair of contravariant vectors vectors. One contravariant vector U is ui, and v, another contravariant vector, its components I write vi, is associated the real number uv. So here the product I write like this. Okay. So that is equal to gij ui uj. Okay, so this is the ui vj. Okay, so this is the way by which the generalized inner product is defined. So uv, merely uv, and some people may write uv also. Okay, so here I use this notation, uv, generalized inner product. So you take components, each component of this one, and multiply it with the gij. So the curvature of the space will
What is
come.
Gij?
GIJs are metric tensors. They are metric tensors. So metric tensor will give you that will give you the curvature. So in that, whenever you want to find out a vector, okay, so in Euclidean space, suppose you consider this as a vector. The length I can understand in Euclidean space, but suppose your vector is lying in a curved space, then the curvature is also involved in that. So that is why. So this gij I multiply with the gij ui uj. Okay, so what is actually this means? This means that G11 U1 V1 G22 U2 V2 plus etc. ऐसा जाएगा plus G12 U1 V2 plus etc. So this way, so by which I mean this one. Okay, and if your Gij is 0 when I not equal to 0, then I not equal to j, then G11, G22, etc. will come only. So that's the meaning. Okay. Now, what about this? This, you know, if this is a metric tensor, can you tell me what will be this quantity? In the last class, in the beginning, we described something. This is a contravariant vector component, and here is a covariant metric tensor. So what is the product? This product क्या होगा?
ui.
I say this is a covariant tensor of rank 2, that you know. This is a contravariant vector of rank 1. This is contravariant. This is covariant. Here is an I and here is an I. When you have the same kind of contravariant index and covariant index, that product, what is the name given to it? Such a product?
Covariant user.
Contraction. You call it as contraction. Okay.
Yes,
so
sir.
the resulting tensor, what will be the resulting tensor from this?
Covariant.
Covariant. Okay. What is the suffix of that?
I.
आई नहीं, आई गया ना, तो आई ऊपर आई या नीचे आई तो आई निकल जाएगा. हाँ, J. So this will be UJ. So this will be UJ VJ. This is the meaning of that. Okay. So this is UJ VJ, which is also equal to, see, I can write this in this form. UI पहले लिखो, फिर GIJ VJ लिखो. Okay. So in this case, what happens? So this will be UI ऊपर. What about this?
pi नीचे.
This is contraction over J. So this will be V
I.
VI. Okay. So you can say that UV is equal to UJ VJ or UI VI. Both will give the same U into V. Okay, the generalized inner product. And this is the generalized inner product for a contravariant vector. So in the same way, you can define the inner product for covariant vector also. So this one. So let me put it. So this, the associated real number uv equal to gij ui vj. This is equal to ui vi, which is also equal to uj vj. Okay, so that called the generalized inner product of u and v. इनर प्रोडक्ट. सो इसके बाद आपको ये कंटिन्यूएशन लिखो, फिर डिस्क्रिप्शन आप साइड में ऐसा लिखो. Similarly, I can define it for covariant vectors also. Similarly, the inner product. Similarly, the inner product of two covariant vectors is defined as uv is equal to, इसका उल्टा होगा, g इधर gij आएगा, इधर ui vj आएगा. Okay, so if you combine these two, okay, so raising of indices and lowering of indices, you know, raising of indices and lowering of indices. So I and here I, so this will raise to uj and this is vj, or this is the same as if gij आप इसके अंदर लेके आओ, then you have, this will be ui and this will be vi, ui and vi. Okay, so you ultimately what you can say is that when you have a contravariant vector or covariant vector, when you take u into v, the generalized inner product, they will have the same form. आप ये देखो and ये देखो. Okay, so this is 1 and this is 2. From 1 and 2. From 1 and 2. We find that to obtain the inner product, to obtain the inner product, two vectors of the same type, inner product of two vectors of same type. What you do, either contravariant or covariant of same type, convert one to the opposite type, and take tensor inner product. And tensor inner product with the generalized inner product defined above, the vector space Rn is called generalized inner product space. inner product space. Okay, so Rn with this kind of inner product, you call it as generalized inner product space. Okay. So Rn with the dot product etc. which you define, you call it as a vector space. Now why we defined it? Because then only you can find out a length. You can define, how do you define length of vectors in this space? So length usually we call in a generalized inner product space the norm. Okay. And usual kind of thing we call it as the length. Length of a vector. Okay, how do you define the length of a vector? In a usual vector, how do you define the length of a vector?
Magnitude, sir. Magnitude of the
Suppose आपके पास एक r bar है, x, y, z. How do you define the length of this vector?
under root of x square plus y square plus
So इसका मतलब can you tell in terms of dot product?
r dot r magnitude.
R bar dot r bar, then it's square root. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Same way you can define here. Okay, so what I do here is the norm or length of an arbitrary vector v is equal to vi, or so either covariant or contravariant. Vi is the non-negative real number, is the non-negative real number. So what is that? V. Okay, so you call it as norm of V. Usual space I merely take modulus of R. So here in generalized I call it as the norm. This is equal to Gij. So this is, so I am taking this one square root of. So you take the earlier definition. UV कैसे लिखते हैं आप? UV लिखते हैं Gij Ui Pg. Now I take the product with itself, UU. Then what will happen? This will become UU. Then what about Gij Ui? This will become Ui Ui. Ui Vi will become Ui Ui. Okay. So this will be square root of Gij Vi, the same vector I am taking Vj. So this is nothing but root of Vi. Okay, so this is the way by which the length is defined. And we will see just one example of how to find out the norm of a vector. Okay, for example, under the Euclidean metric, ds square is equal to dx1 square plus dx2 square plus dx3 square. dx3 square. For polar coordinates, sorry, I just wanted this in this way. I'm taking a two-dimensional case. Dx1 square plus x1 square dx2 square. x2 square. So what is this metric? This metric is of which one? Can you tell me? कौन सा कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम में which coordinate system?
Polar coordinate.
Polar coordinate system. This is in polar coordinate system. That is ds square is equal to dr square plus r square d theta square. So that is precisely this one. Okay, in polar coordinate system हम जो लास्ट प्रॉब्लम किया तो फर्स्ट प्रॉब्लम यही था. In polar coordinate system, find the norm of the vectors ui is equal to 3 by 5 4 by 5x1 and vi equal to minus 4 by 5 3 by 5x1. So you are given two contravariant components. What do you want to find out? You have given two. You want to find the norm of the vectors. Norm. Okay. So you know what is? How do you find out the norm of a vector? Okay. So what is that? Norm of this vector u. This is nothing but square root of gij ui uj. Okay, this is a formula to be used, general formula. Okay, and I have a g11 1 g22 equal to x1 square. Okay, so this will be square root of g11 u1 u1 plus g22 u2 u2, because you know other components are 0. Gij g12 equal to g21, this all 0. So that's the reason. So here I am applying this. Now substitute the values. So this is equal to square root of g11 is 1. What is u1? This is the vector u. u1 is 3 by 5 into 3 by 5, so whole square, plus g22 is x1 square into u2. u2 is 4 by 5x1 whole square. Okay, so this is equal to square root of 9 by 5, 9 by 25 plus x1 square cancels. So it is 16 by 25 plus 16 by 25. Okay, so this is equal to 9 plus 16, 25, 25 by 25. So it is 1. So it is actually a unit vector. Okay, so this is actually a unit vector. But if you look here, oh, This is a unit vector. So, but suppose you see the length and nature, there is some problem. Will depend on, see here it is 1. But if you look to your UI, this one, so first is 3 by 5, 4 by 5x1. तो आप यूजुअल वे में आप लिए तो ये यूनिट वेक्टर नहीं है. In the Euclidean space, it is not a unit vector. Okay, but you are doing it in the under this which coordinate system? Polar coordinate system. This represents a unit vector in that case. So here it is 1. Similarly, if you look to the other one, what is the norm of V? Norm of V. What is norm of V? Similarly, use the same kind of thing. Gij, Ui, Vj. Sorry, Vi, Vj. Vi, Vj. So this is square root of G11 V1 V1 plus G22 V2 V2. So this is square root of G11 is 1, V1 V1. So what is our second vector? 4 by 5 whole square plus x1 square into the other is 3 by 5x1 whole square. So this also is found to be 1. Okay, so both are unit vectors. So this is
Sir, why in any coordinate system length is always invariant? Then why in this polar coordinate system are we getting length?
No. So which I mean that when you look to this vector, you don't feel that it is a unit vector. Okay, so this is square root of 3 by 5 whole square plus 4 by 5 into x1 whole square. If you look, it is a unit vector only. But as such, when you look this directly into the Euclidean kind of thing, metric, you may not feel that it is, but it is by transformation, I can show that it is also what? The length is invariant. Yes, you are right. I am not saying that the length will vary in that system. That is not my meaning. So it may feel that you make a coordinate transformation and you come to the Euclidean space. You can make a reverse transformation and you can come to Euclidean space and you can show that it is equal to 1. Okay, this, you just try this. Try in Euclidean space. So then you see, I am writing this Ui is equal to 3 by 5, 4 by 5x1. Okay, so this this contravariant vector I am giving in which kind of coordinate system? I am giving in polar coordinate system. Okay, now you have to find out the corresponding contravariant vector in the Cartesian coordinate system. So you have to make it change. It will not be the same component. The component will change. Okay, when you change the component and take the length of that vector, it will be always 1. Do you follow me or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Component will change. I did not say that the length will vary there. ऐसा नहीं. आप ये direct इसमें देखें तो you may feel that it is not equal to 1, but the component may change when you go to Cartesian coordinate system. That is what I mean. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So now the orthogonal vectors. Okay, so that is another thing which you are interested in. Orthogonal, perpendicular, right? But how do you define perpendicularity? You in the usual space, I have one vector and the other is perpendicular, 90 degree. But when you talk about the generalized kind of thing, then how do you define that? Okay, so orthogonal vectors. Okay, so what's the definition for that? Or time is almost. Let me write this definition and then I finish it and we'll meet tomorrow. Okay, so if UV, the product, okay, how do you define it? Gij UIVJ. Suppose this product is equal to 0, then vectors U is equal to UI and V equal to Vi are said to be orthogonal. Okay, so now you know. I'll give an example also by the next class. So here, what you see is that the inner product, this is nothing but the generalized inner product. The inner product is equal to 0, then we say that the vectors are perpendicular. Okay, vectors are perpendicular. So orthogonality. In usual case, what is A dot B equal to 0? A dot B, dot product equal to 0. Then we say that the vectors are perpendicular. Here, generalized inner product. So that is 0, then the vectors are said to. It's a kind of extension of the same definition. Okay, so I think time is over. We stop here and we will meet tomorrow. But exercise which I have given, do all of you. Okay, not 1 or 2 students do it. All this, your exam is, so if you want to do it at that time of examination, that will not work. So do all the exercises, then you find that it will become easy for you. Okay.